Hello everyone, today our topic is how to add unsubscribed SendGrid contact in MySQL. So here our objective is that whenever a contact unsubscribed from SendGrid, then we want to add these contact details automatically in the backup of MySQL database. So for that we need to create a connection between SendGrid and MySQL. For creating this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation. So here we are going to use trigger and action. In trigger application, I'm going to use SendGrid. In action application, I'm going to use MySQL. So how I'm going to create this integration? For that, let me take you to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen, and today we are going to see that how we can add the data of unsubscribed user in SendGrid to MySQL database. So here we are going to connect SendGrid and MySQL database in such a way that whenever a user unsubscribes as a contact in SendGrid, then I want to add these details of unsubscribed contact automatically in my MySQL database. So here I will have the records of all the unsubscribed contacts of SendGrid in my MySQL database. And for this I need to connect SendGrid and MySQL, and for that I will open a new tab and search for pabbly.com. And this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly. Here I have two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly, you can just sign up for free and it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 of tasks free every month. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and you will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers, and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I'm going to click here on Access Now button under Pabbly Connect, and it will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. This is the workflow section and we can see all the workflows that we will create here. And this is the folder section. We can create new folder here and we can save any workflow in any particular folder that we want. Here I want to create a new workflow. For that, I'll click here on Create Workflow button and this window will pop up. Here I have to name my workflow. So I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to add unsubscribed SendGrid subscriber in MySQL. Now I want to select the folder where I want to save my workflow. So I'm going to open this tab and I'm going to select Home here. And I will click on Create. And it will take us to this most important window of our workflow. Here we have two boxes, trigger and action. So these are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow and action will just follow that. So we need to set up our trigger first. And here my trigger application will be SendGrid. So I'm going to select SendGrid here. Now I have to select a trigger event. So I will open this tab and webhook configure will be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this. And now I will connect SendGrid with Pabbly Connect. And for that, I'm going to use this webhook URL, which is going to work as a bridge between SendGrid and Pabbly Connect. And to connect these two accounts, I need to follow all this instruction. So first I'm going to copy this webhook URL. Now I will go to SendGrid and in this I will go to settings. And in settings, I'm going to find this mail settings. So I'm going to open this. And in mail settings, I have this webhook settings. So I'm going to open this event webhook. Now here, I have to set up my webhook. So for that, I'm going to click here on Create New Webhook. And first, I have to give a friendly name. So my name will be of testing. And in the post URL, I have to paste my webhook URL that I have copied from Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to paste it here. Now I have to select the action that has to be posted. So my action will be unsubscribed. Now to test this connection, I'm going to click on Test Integration. So our test data has been sent to Pabbly Connect. Now we'll click on Save. And here I have added this webhook successfully. Now we'll go back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see I have received this particular response. So this is a test response that I have added my webhook. And my webhook for unsubscribed contact is working successfully. So this is a test email, which is email@test.com. So this is a test data. Now what I want is that whenever a contact gets unsubscribed in SendGrid, then I want to get the details of that particular contact. So for that, I'm going to click here on Recapture Webhook Response. And here it is waiting for webhook response. Now to get this webhook response, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unsubscribe a contact in SendGrid. And for that, let's go to SendGrid first. Here I will go to Contacts. So in SendGrid, I have all these list of contacts. And in this list, I have many contacts. So here I have added all these contacts. And to unsubscribe this contact, I have received an email. Here I have received this email. So I'm going to open this email. So here I have this option of unsubscribe. So I'm going to click this link. So here I'm going to view opt-out preferences. Now I'm going to opt out all of my emails. So I'm going to click here. So now I have unsubscribed from SendGrid. So I have unsubscribed from SendGrid. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get back to Pabbly Connect. And here I have received this particular response. In this I have this email address, my event which is of unsubscribe, and this date. So these are the details of the contact that I have unsubscribed. So I got all these details. Now I want to add these details automatically in my MySQL database. So for that I have to set up my actions tab. So I'm going to open this tab, and here my action application will be MySQL. So I'm going to select this. Now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab, and insert rows will be my action event. And I'm going to connect MySQL with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection. And to connect MySQL, you need to fill all these details. And I have already built a connection between Pabbly Connect and MySQL before. So I'm going to use this select existing connection option. To build that connection, you need to fill all these details. So now I'm going to use this select existing connection option, and I'm going to click on save. And here I have all these details. So I have to map all these details to add the details of the unsubscribed contact in SendGrid to my MySQL database. So first I have to select my table name. So for the table name, I will go to MySQL. And in this, I'm going to use this new contact table. So I will go back to Pabbly Connect. And here I only have this one table, which is new contact. It is already selected. Here I have all these columns in my table, which is of ID, email, and the date. So I'm going to fill all these details, and I want to add these details with the details of unsubscribed contact in SendGrid. So for that, I'm going to use mapping. So what mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps, and the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I'm going to click here. I will open this response of SendGrid. And now I will scroll down, and I have to map my ID. So this timestamp is going to be my ID. So I'm going to map this. Now I have to give my email. So I'm going to open this tab again. I'm going to open this SendGrid response again. And in this response, I have this particular email address. So I'm going to map this. So this is the email address of the user that has unsubscribed from SendGrid. Now I have to give the date. So I will click here. I will open the response. And in the last, I have this date. So I'm going to select this. So I have filled all my details that I want to add in my MySQL database. So I'll click here on save and send test request button. And I have received this response. So this is a positive response, and this means I have added all these details automatically in my MySQL database. So to check this, I will go back to MySQL. And here I can see I have added these details automatically in my MySQL database. So this is the ID, and this is the email address, ashirai@pabblytunes.com. And this is the date, which is 10th of January 2024. So these are the details of my unsubscribed user in SendGrid, and I have added all these details automatically in my MySQL database. So let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And here I have created this integration between SendGrid and MySQL, that whenever a contact is unsubscribing from SendGrid, then I'm getting all those details of the unsubscribed contact, and I'm adding all those details automatically to my MySQL database. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger, and my trigger application was SendGrid, and my trigger event was webhook configure. Then I have set up my action, and my action application was MySQL, and my action event was insert row. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow, and you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description, so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video.
Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this using Pabbly Connect. If you need any help or if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can post them at forum.pabbly.com, or if you have any issue with the pricing of Pabbly, you can connect on this link. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.